10 seconds remaining.
What do you think, guys? Ring any
5
bells?
seconds
Stuck in trees? Stuck in the... Stuck even with the BKB? I mean, Sven normally wants to buy a BKB anyway, but you're gonna still get sprouted in if you're a Sven. And if you're a good-natured prophet. General is a good-natured prophet after all. It will be funny to see if that's gonna happen though. And generally, normally Svens do keep Quelling Blades around right now, so should be fine. If says should. You never really know what's gonna happen in the game of Dota after all. Let's see the last pick of Comanche. They're taking into their bonus time. They got like 35 seconds left. We can go either way. They can go still for mid-hero and put Puck on the offlane if they want to. That is, as I said, what Na'Vi is expecting them to do. But what's good against Queen of Pain? Templar Assassin can be decent against the Queen of Pain, actually. Ember Spirit could be decent against the Queen of Pain.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Earth Shaker.
And it's an Earth Shaker. Doesn't really tell us too much apart from the fact that Puck is on the mid lane. Venomancer is the pick for Na'Vi. I like it. It's a lot of pressure. They have some physical damage. Earlier today I did mention that I don't think that the physical damage of Nature's Prophet can be considered as enough physical damage to have a team with that. But if you combine that with a little bit of physical damage that Queen of Pain has as well and that the Venomancer has as well, it kinda evens out. And I do believe that General goes for the phase boots drums early on, and that means that you got that extra physical damage with the phase boots, and it actually hurts quite a bit then. So pretty good, I'd say. Solid rounds. I'm curious to see how aggressive Seneco's gonna be on the Tusk. I'm sure you're all very excited as well, because that means activity early on, and that's what we like to see. Blood. Blood. And that Bloodseeker got banned. Too sad. So sad. But I do believe we're going to see some nice rotations. Oh, however, if you look at Comanche's lineup, who are you actually going to be able to kill with the Tusk? Jakiro is actually a fairly, like, as far as supports go, one of the more tanky supports. Clockwork, he can turn around real fast if he gets stuck in his cogs with Battery Assault. Puck can just phase shift and orb out. Sven is a very tanky hero as well with the extra armor, and Earthshaker can just Fissure and also has a chance to turn things around. Look at how happy this dragon looks, by the way. It's so happy. Actually, he doesn't look as happy as if he's on the Radiant side, or sorry, on the Dire side. If he's on the top bar, he's way more happy. Saying. Alright, last player to be killed. That's gonna be the Puck.
Prepare for battle.
Player with the highest net worth at the end of the game. It's gonna be the Puck or the Nature's Prophet. No, Puck. Highest net worth at the end of the game. Ooh, Nature's Prophet. Ching. Actually, is that true? Maybe it's Pycat or the Venomancer? No, we're gonna go for Nature's Prophet. For now. Total number of player deaths per 10 minutes. 6 to 10. There's a Tusk after all. Hello! Hello! What's happening here? Do we have the Gale on him? We do, but he also has a lot of backup. Jewel Breath actually missed, by the way. A lot of harassment coming here into this this bottom lane. Makes me think that we're gonna see an aggressive tri lane. Haha! I like that. You like that. I know you do. No, you can't lie to me. Can't lie to me. So Nico likes that too. I like that he has boots. He knows he's going to be doing a lot of walking this game. He has to be able to find pickups. So like, I was talking about which targets are good for pickoffs. It is a tricky one. Hey! Nice amount of gold there. There's the other Na'Vi ward. Does he have another sentry? No, he does not. So the reason that Tusk can fix those issues about the targets that he can't kill, he needs to have the right amount of support. He needs to have the right amount of heroes to help him. Guess what this is? This is a Nature's Prophet. At a certain level, he can be anywhere he needs to be, and he sometimes will need to be wherever Tusk is ganking a lane. And also, of course, the person on that lane is going to be there. So there's going to be already 3 people there. That's good. That's good enough.
Not for you.
All right. Let's take a look at who we have and where we have them. We have on this top lane a dual lane coming out from Comanche. He's playing the Sven and it's Oxygen. And then it's dead Prophet by the looks of things, depending on the body block from H. H is playing the Jakiro, and the body block is doing quite well. The taunt comes out to try and bait them out. It did throw them off guard, and it's Comanche H that takes so much damage. Dual Breath coming out does still hit on General, which is taking a lot of damage, but he has a Tango that he's eating. Comanche, though, he's taking a lot of damage from these 36 HP creeps. Not HP, sorry. 36 attack damage creeps. Alright, so Oxygen on the Sven, with H on the Jakiro. We have Nature's Prophet played by General. That is our top lane. Now moving towards the middle lane. Lanaya playing the Puck. Dendi playing the Queen of Pain. Puck versus Queen of Pain. I love me that lane. I really do. So we might stop by a little bit too often. But in the meantime, you can see on the side how the last hits are faring there. Ooh, nice! Ice shards, nice cogs as well, but I do think Screen is the one in a disadvantage here. First blood goes the way of Navi, goes the way of Biver, of course. Biver playing Disruptor. I would think we've only seen him play Disruptor so far. He'll be on the bottom lane. Tusk will rotate around, so Seneko is picking up that haste rune. Let's see where he's going, but he normally resides on that bottom lane. Gets the rune now. We'll go back to him in a second as we look at Hakon. He'll play the Earthshaker for now. And the bottom lane, Snowball coming mid. The salve was still there, and that means that Seneko can't do anything. He knows that too.
Radiant's top tower is under
So
attack.
Hakon is on this bottom lane, and he's actually up against the Venomancer, played by Pycat. I feel like we missed someone. Screen, the Clockwork that died. Didn't miss that one. Didn't miss that one. Ooh, so that is everybody. And this smoked up Clockwork made us all the way to General. He's level 2, so Battery Assault and Cogs should be available for him. If he just gets the Cogs, Slow will be there. He's locking him in, and Sprout does not catch him out. He's not hitting the Cogs either. Stun comes out, and that should be a kill going the way of Comanche in the meantime. Seneko. Hello. That should not happen. I mean, obviously he had help from the Queen of Pain. But look at the mana that Queen of Pain still has. He's so healthy. I would imagine that is somewhere a mistake made by Lanaya's Puck there. Oh, that means my achievement's not good, damn it. I should not have underestimated the power of the Snowball. Boo. I meant my prediction, not my achieve. I don't think you get anything for getting predictions right anyway. Just like doing them. But yeah, as you can see already, we are 3 kills in, 3 minutes in, and we are having some active rotations from Screen, from Seneko. They're trying to be everywhere. They're trying to keep the pressure on and keep making sure that there's nobody rotating to harass Dendi. That is sometimes a problem in games that Navi have. If Dendi doesn't have a good game in mid, a lot of their plan falls apart, and obviously enemy teams can normally take care that Navi, or rather that Dendi doesn't have a great lane, because they can just rotate and make sure that Dendi gets shut down. But this time the supports are forced to be on the lanes, on the other lanes, and not help out this Puck. Puck is 18-7, so he's not doing too bad. 21 for 12 for Dendi, but overall Puck is doing quite okay for himself, apart from dying just now. He did just die, which is definitely not a great thing. Gale comes out on Hakon. Pycat, does he have enough? He's got a level 2 ward, but he shouldn't. Oh, he can glitch. Hello? Hello? Is Biver gonna steal the last hit is the question. No, he's not. Here comes the Thunder as well. On the Clockwork. This ward is on the edge. Very nicely done. No regen up on the Venomancer, by the way. Does anybody have any tangos to give him? He's got 5 charges on his stick.
Radiant's top tower is under
No
attack.
way. They kill him off again, and H. He doesn't have anything to live for anymore. His core died. Can't get the last hit on Seneko. Look at the This is the worst nightmare of an observer, because where are you gonna go? Everybody's so low. Ah, look at that, they shrine. I bet Pycat would have loved some of that shrine, but he already brought himself a salve. Yeah. Whoopsie daisy, careful there, Clockwork. Fuck. An ice shard stuck in his own cog. Nice Fisher. Forcing Seneko to go out. He's still taking a lot of damage from the right clicks of General though. Olich comes out as 6-1. Na'Vi off to an amazing start
Radiant's top
for
tower.
the second game of the day for them. And as mentioned, they need to win. They want it so bad. They know the pressure they're under. I think that's always a problem with a Na'Vi team at this point. There are so many people expecting so many things of them. And that pressure sometimes can get to you, but right now they're doing good. They're in the right flow right now. Hello. What you doing there, Jakiro? Stuck in the ice guard, stuck in the trees.
Top tower.
You can't teleport out even if you'd want to. And he's dead. He didn't even get to place his ward. Unless this one is just placed. No. He didn't even get to place his ward. That's the only reason he could have gone that way, by the way. Otherwise, that was just a bad move. I mean, Dan Venomans are keeping the pressure on. With so many kills on the board, we're going to switch to net worth, because right now the kills are giving more gold than the last hits almost. We got Na'Vi obviously very far ahead. And we got Deadly highest up, as the shards and the snowball are not enough to stop this Ven. Disruptor trying to help out, but this snowball maker still dies. Screen teleported in for this, by the way. He's got his level 2 battery assault. He's got his cogs as well, just looking for a target. Nice sprout. General locking himself in. Viver might have made a mistake by coming in too close. Does manage to lock them into the kinetic field for a little while, but other than that, that's about it. Screen still taking a lot of damage there. Not enough to take him down. And this tier 1 tower, finally, Comanche making a play, making a comeback, taking a tower, getting some gold up on their spend, and overall, just make a stand. Saying no to Na'Vi. You cannot do that. You cannot continuously come in with those snowballs and kill off everybody you see. There's a limit to your power. Is there a limit to Pycat's power though? He's got 96 charges. Definitely a limit. The limit being sometimes you just miss scales.
Dire's bottom tower.
That's what happens. Oh. He's got some company. Look at that mini-map. There's arrows going all the way to the bottom lane. Actually, we've got Clockwork turning around and changing his mind, but still Jakiro made his way over. Puck made his way over. Lanaya and Comanche, they will be able to look at the Earthshaker as they were denying a tower, which is always great. Nature's Prophet.
Invisibility.
Is he gonna snipe?
Denied.
Nah. He doesn't dare. Too scary anyway. Even if he gets the kill, he might die for it, and at this point, that's just not worth it. He's higher net worth than the Puck. Even though he of course doesn't know that. But he still knows that it's more valuable for him to stick around bottom lane and farm for the moment. Okay. Puck sitting on 600 gold. Invisible Queen of Pain rotating mid. There's a Puck there. He sees obviously the snowball. Ooh, the glimpse back! Disruptor actually coming in from the side. Killing spree for Denny. He came from that side. You were incorrect. It was more kills than I thought it was gonna be.
Bottom tower is under attack.
And I already thought there were gonna be a lot of kills.
Is under attack. Radiant structure.
Ben with his god strength. Going for the tower. In the meantime, I'm not sure what Earthshaker was thinking he could do. But he died. He dropped. Walking into enemy hero is not where you want to be. Pressure on the tier 1 mid as well. Let's see if there's some defense coming out from here. The stun goes up. They really want to take this tower, and I think that the Jakiro should be able to do that. Is there a glimpse available? There's a snowball available to interrupt that teleport, so Comanche will lose 2 on this bottom lane. Both the Sven and their Jakiro. For the price of a tower, because the Jakiro still got the last hit on the tower. However, Pycat also got a tower. So it's a tier 1 for tier 1 and then 2 kills to boot in favor of Na'Vi. With the double damage rune, making sure that Puck is not coming close here. Puck is, oh, hello. A little bit lackluster on the whole gold department. Snowballs, blind Puck. He's got an orb available. Is he going to be able to use it? Nope. Punched! And the H is not there in time, even though he really wants to. Glimpse back from the clockwork. He came from the tower. He just teleported to this, to the shrine. Tier 1 tower middle drops as well in favor of Na'Vi. So it's 12-3. It is looking pretty one-sided at this point.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Just looking good for Na'Vi. We can take a look at the net worth. I know that there's a lot of Na'Vi fans out there, and they like to see this net worth. They like to see Na'Vi doing well, and they have been doing well in both of their games we've seen today. Obviously not the most difficult opponents, but these are the type of games they have to do well and they have to win, and I think that these are the perfect warm-up games for the more difficult games later on. So if they can keep this up, they're in a good position to still make it to the top 4. I say that, and I talk like Comanche doesn't have a chance anymore, and that's not true. Comanche definitely still has a chance in this game, as we all know how beastly Sens can be. You gotta ignore this for a fact. We know how beastly they can be in the right scenario. There's obviously this little blip you just thought wasn't the right scenario. But we know that they can be good. Trust me. Trust me. Oh, is he fine? Is he fine? Nice face shift. Nice fisher. Careful with that fisher, Hakon. You might not live to tell the tale of how you helped Puck escape if you're not careful. The pressure is on. Na'Vi is I mean, yes, there's a chance for Comanche to come back into this game, but their chances won't start until they're defending their high ground. Or perhaps this is their chance right now. Echo Slam, that is General dead. Can they take another one? Venomancer is going to be the next target if he's not careful. The Cogs helping him out slightly. Oh, those ice shards blocking his path. He'll still end up dying to the right click of the Puck. 2 death on the side of Na'Vi. Is Na'Vi going to come back in though? If he Sonic Waved that would have been a kill. Does he have it? Yes, he does. But he doesn't have the vision. Look, it's nighttime. He didn't have the vision. Oh, I have no confidence to go for the blind Sonic Wave. I think he hoped that he would be able to blink in right here. And then he would have seen it and then he would have made the plays. But other than that, it's oh, ice shot. Snowball. Punch. Down he goes. So Comanche just defended their tier 2 on the bot lane. They have to take slow steps. And at this point, any trade that they get is still worth it. So even if they lose heroes, it's still worth it to make trades, because obviously before this they weren't even making trades. So trades are good. You gotta keep that in mind. Roshan for Na'Vi, not good if you're a Comanche fan. And I think that they do want to try and stop this from happening. I'm not sure if they should try though, but Jakiro is always pretty good in the Roche pit. That's good. Puck is pretty decent. You got an Echo Slam, which is on cooldown for the moment, unfortunately. But overall, they're not too bad. Also Sven, with the God Strength available, might be able to do a lot. Hook shot, finds the Queen of Pain. Sorry, finds a Disruptor instead. Disruptor stuck in the ice pass as well. That's going to be Disruptor down, but he still managed to lock in the Sven. That's all he really needs to do. And Puck actually jumped in. What? Oh, Puck. Poor Pucky. The dragon dies as well on the other side of the river. Wants to just go home. Clockwork just wants to go home as well. He's got a teleport available. And yeah, he's able to do just that.
Dire's bottom tower is under
The only one that can stop it is the Tusk, really, at this point. Roshan's still standing, by the way. They actually stopped their Roshan attempt when Comanche came to fight them, which is the right call, of course. Tier 2 tower. Might as well push now instead of going for Rosh, right? Apparently Roshan is the perfect bait. Oh, I was wrong. Their Shaker buys it before the Puck. I guess Puck needs to have... Whoa, whoa! Whoa! Hakon with the Echo Slam. Dual Breath as well. Jakiro laying down the law. He got 2 down already. Sven looking for a target. He got his God Strength on. He's not able to run towards the target though, unfortunately. Dendy's still chasing down the dragon. The 2 had a dragon for that matchup, but gets denied by Screen. Very nicely done. 3 viewers revealed the prize for that as well. See, Dendy catering to the people right there. It turned out to be a 2-for-2 exchange, but as I mentioned already, any exchange is worth it. Yeah, they did lose their tier 2 tower, but that's fine. They got 2 kills on the side of Comanche, and one of them was the Venomancer, which is one of the higher net worths on the map. So that is something that Comanche is going to get a lot of gold in return for. I'd say worth it. Another tier 2 tower getting pressured on the top lane though after that fight.
Got it.
Dire's top tower has fallen.
At this point, I don't feel like Comanche can really fight over the towers. That's not something that you can defend, I think, against Navi's team. You gotta focus on the high ground defense. That's gonna be your main goal, because you're so far behind that the high ground defense is gonna be your best shot. And you don't have that many fights left in you, so the fights that you take are the fights where you have your best shot. And that is high ground right now. Punched. Roshan. The mechanism on the Tusk as well, making them even more difficult to kill.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
We got General going for a Desolator. Oh, he did.
Radiant's bottom tower
And the
is
smoke.
under attack.
They know Roshan's being done. The Flare actually scouted it out as well. Echo Slam still on cooldown. They ended up being in the Roche pit a lot with Echo Slam on cooldown, unfortunately. Oh, Hakon. Getting the Fissure out. Necrofire Ice Path. Only locks in the Tusk though. In the meantime, Earthshaker himself got locked into the Kinetic Field of Zedic Storm. And Clockwork gets it locked in as well. Pyke does end up dropping though. Yep, Jakiro making sure of that. In the meantime, Sven, he's just walking about. He's getting slowed by the Frozen Sigil, and he didn't get a single hit off in that fight. Lost 2 of his teammates. Roshan still alive for the moment. Slow ball up into the high ground because there is a Puck there that's trying to kill off a support. He does manage to do that. And he is able to move further as well, teleporting out from the high ground. Where's the screen? Oh, too late. Hesitant. Well, a second time in a row, not trusting his gut instinct. Could have gotten the kill, I think. Doesn't get it in the end, and
Worthy treat.
doesn't matter though, the fight still... I say what?
Radiant's middle tower is
What
under
does the net worth graph say? Net worth graph says Comanche actually won, because it was a trade. So the gold in total went a little bit more towards Comanche than towards Navi, because Comanche gets way more gold from the kills that they get compared to the kills that Navi is getting, based on the net worth. Silence there on the Venomancer. Trying to secure this Roshan. Hook shot up on the Queen of Pain. He's not stuck in the cog though. In the meantime, the fight's happening on 2 places. We're watching this part. Aegis picked up by the Sven. He's looking for a target. Nope, he's stuck. He's not looking for a target. He's looking for a way out. There's a glimpse available in 3 seconds. Hakon might be in a bit of trouble there. Gets a stun off still. Dual Breath coming out as well. Another Fissure coming out. Echo Slam coming out as well. He really wants to take down the Nature's Prophet before he takes down him, but he cannot do that. Nature's Prophet lives, and Comanche not able to finish the job on the Nature's Prophet, even though he does get a nice ice path. 3 heroes dead on the side of Comanche, and that is not worth taking the Roshan for. Sure, you got an Aegis on the Sven, but the Sven's not actually doing that much damage yet in the game. That's a fake. And we have seen some signs of light for Comanche. They've got a couple of decent fights. They just have to make sure to not get baited out to unfavorable matchups. I know that's the most obvious thing in Dota 2. It is the easiest lesson to learn, but the hardest to execute, I think. The hardest lesson to... I guess that is not learned. The easiest lesson to understand, the hardest lesson to learn. That would be the one. Woo! Hello, Comanche! Punched! Comanche H. I think you're dead. I think you're dead, Sunny Jim. Glimpse back because you can. Into the creeps, into the hits. Into the Vincere will get it. Yeah. This actually took a long time. And 3 heroes taking down 1 Jakiro means that there's 3 heroes not hunting down Sven. And Sven needs to get big. And he's on the way to get big. Needs to be a little bit bigger though.
Dire's bottom
Hey. General decided to not go for Desolator, still get his hand on Midas, which is his normal build. His normal build is phase into Midas, phase into drums into Midas. We saw him earlier when he has phase drums and he had actually in his quick buy he had Desolator, but he decided to go against it and now goes for a Hurricane Pack instead. He already has a 4-staff as well. This is good news for me though, because that means that General can still make it to the top list of the net worth, the top of the list of the net worth, and that's where I predicted him to be, so yeah, worth. Earthshaker, building towards his 4-staff. How is that Blink Dagger going? Yep, Veil done as well. We got some nice items there happening. Hey, this time the Aegis does get listed properly on the spin. We had a game earlier where that didn't happen. It's a bit weird that there's a bar there, but that's because there's backpack items involved in these and they're not properly shown as backpack items, unfortunately. So you guys gotta use your imagination as to what's in the backpack and what's not. There's a teleport scroll in the backpack for that one. Yeah, teleport scroll seems to be the consensus to have in the backpack. But no, wait, it's actually... Yeah, we're good. Hello? Snowball guy? Think you're in some trouble there, buddy? Major Prophet decides to perhaps make himself... Oh, wait, he can actually do this. He gets a vision as well. Sven comes in, goes for General. General is dead. Haycon trying to teleport out, won't be able to do that because Queen of Pain comes in. Denny with the screen, he gets the kill, gets 1. It doesn't look like Sven is going to get the Tusk in the meantime. The Snowball will snowball through him and the Sonic Wave will finish off the puck. Jakiro at least will make sure that the Snowball guy is dead. In the meantime, this Sven is just getting kited around and juked around, and he can't really get a lot going for him. Pycat gets a Poison Nova off on both. We have still have Queen of Pain in this as well. Stuck an Ice Pack for the moment. Yule Scepter up in the air on the Clockwork, making sure he cannot teleport out. Jakiro dies in the back lines and Clockwork in the front lines. Sven, last person remaining, he managed to teleport out. He was the one with the Aegis. A little bit unfortunate there. It was a bit of an awkward fight, obviously. Started out by the Treant Protector, Nature's Prophet, also tree guy, Nature's Prophet and Tusk, who tried to take down the Earthshaker and the Sven, but they couldn't do that. And Sven did end up getting a kill from that. He's just not able to. He's not able to turn these kills into, or the gold that he gets into kills into an actual threatening presence. What does that mean? God just gave that. Yeah, there's so much kite for him as well. There's so much control for him. He cannot do anything. He can't get the hits off. He gets 1 hit off. There you go. He gets punched and then he dies. And his Aegis just then. You heard the sound. A second before that. If I had the turn back time thing, I would have used it. It's just a second before the Aegis disappeared. So didn't end up having any use of that and dies. Nonetheless, on that bottom lane, now Smoke Up, Biver, Seneko. Woo! Biver says, my bad. I mean, they did I guess they didn't mean to smoke, and they also smoked inside enemy lines, inside enemy vision. Doesn't matter though, they still find themselves a target, and then they should be able to finish that off. It was actually Biver that takes the last hit, but that's just as well, that's just fine. You guys, you know how commentators are... I don't know. I feel always that there's always a chance for a comeback, right? It's Dota 2. Anything can happen, and we've seen it proven time and time again that anything can actually happen. We have seen the most awkward comebacks, the most weird comebacks, the most unconventional comebacks in games of Dota 2. We have seen 3-2-2s, 6-4-4s, etc, etc. It just, you know, that's just Dota for you. But there's a certain point in games where you just don't see that happening. And that's right now. For me, anyway. That is right now. We still have a tier 1 tower standing on the side of Na'Vi in the mid lane, a very great control point. They have deep wards, they have the map control they need to make sure that Sven and his team are just having such a small percentage of the map to farm. And in combination of that, they need to stick together, otherwise they die regardless. So that means that they even have to split the farm up. Better yet, they have to split the experience up, so they're getting more and more behind on the experience, which is actually getting a little bit out of control, because it basically means that if you look at the levels, we have Clockwork level 11 still. We only just turned level 11, but we got already 2 level 18s and level 17. This difference is massive, right? You got level 3 ultimates coming out here already. Of 2 of them anyway, and only Sven is the one on the side of Comanche. It's a really tricky game for that. So they're getting less and less experience because the map is getting smaller and smaller for them to farm in, and they gotta have the right farm priority. And the farm priority right now is Sven, and that makes sense. But it's gonna take a while before Sven is gonna be able to give back what he's taking on the map. And in the meantime, the rest of the team has to do with minimal resources. And that's just really, really tough. It's just that easy. Luckily for them, Clockwork doesn't normally need that much farm. Would like probably to have a 4-staff. We also have an Earthshaker that luckily has a Blink Dagger and a 4-staff, so he is good. And Puck already has a use and a Blink as well, and the Veil is just extra, and the Veil also helps out Jakiro. So, you know, in terms of base items, they're okay, but they're just behind. They're just very far behind. But they still have their high ground defense. And as mentioned, that is where things are gonna start to get serious. That is where Comanche should be making some ground rules for Na'Vi. A nice pick up there on General. Ooh, hello Dendy. Should you really be here? You can't really go in to die, but there's a hook shot coming out. Snowball as well. Jakiro not really able to help out right there. There's a Earthshaker that died. The Clockwork will probably die as well. The question is, can these two defend the high ground? With Nature's Prophet dead, he could buy back if he really wanted to, but I don't think he wants to. Nature's Prophet players are greedy players after all. He's gonna place another one when that's dead. You need to have the uphill vision. Maybe you'll place one once more. Yeah, there you go. Once the creeps are coming. The extra armor on the creep. Love. Guards coming through. We don't really have the push without Nature's Prophet. That's their problem. They need to have a team fight outside of the base before they can go high ground. I guess I take back what I said. I mean, there comes a time obviously when one team is so far ahead that there doesn't seem to be way back, but they haven't been able to breach high ground yet. We're 28 minutes into the game. I do feel like Comanche has a legitimate chance here, but they have to be so careful about losing fights outside of their base when the waves are pushed out. I mean, that doesn't mean, I still find that Na'Vi is very much in favor. I just feel like the chance for a comeback is a bit more real than what I just portrayed it out to be. Let's see if they can make something happen in this Roshan pit. There's no Echo Slam for another 20 seconds. Doesn't look like they're gonna wait for that one though. They can't. Hook shot in. Hits up on the Queen of Pain. Glimpse back on the Clockwork. In the meantime, Sven. Oh, the positioning is beautiful. Killing off the Queen of Pain and the Disruptor. They're actually coming to teleport back right now. Sven is looking for a target. That Fisher is actually blocking him off. Other than those two kills, hasn't been able to do anything just yet. Now he can. He kills up the Disruptor again. Triple kill. Kills up the same hero twice in a row. Echo Slam coming out as well. Queen of Pain. Can they kill him again? It does look like that indeed. Stunned up for the moment. Silence as well. Can't work. Can he escape? Might be able to escape. Dendy. Sonic waves the air. And Puck is home safe. Ben did end up going down though. General making sure of that. He does a lot of damage right now. A lot of physical damage as well. Puck Looks like he might still be able to make it out. The shard's coming through as well. He should be able to be fine as blink available. He is okay. Use up in the air as well. Ooh, that came so close. That came so close to being a dieback for both Queen of Pain and the Disruptor.
Immortality.
I'm glad I just said that the chance of a buyback was a little bit bigger than what I portrayed it to be, because that little bit just showed what a Sven can do. Now that also showed the trouble. Sven's still in the high, Gem's still in the high ground, by the way. Great positioning from the Sven. Comes in from behind, kills off Disruptor, the backline. He was basically there only for Disruptor. Gets that lucky guess that Queen of Pain blinked into that as well, because Queen of Pain ended up blinking out of the cogs and blinking back into where the Sven just was stunning the Disruptor. But then he can't do anything after that anymore, because the Earthshaker has laid down a fissure to block off the wall, and Sven's just standing here. And he can't do anything. He doesn't know where to go, because he can't go anywhere. Is he gonna really go all the way around? No, he had a blink dagger. He was waiting for it to be on cooldown, but off cooldown, but he was just standing there. Couldn't do anything. So that was a little bit of their downside right there for this specific lineup. There's just a lot of ways to control Sven, even from the side of Comanche. Cogs is actually one of them as well. But Fisher is the most notable one. Gale actually hit that. In the meantime, Na'Vi did take the Aegis after that fight. They are back to sieging high ground. Venomancer locked on the wrong side of the fissure. That might actually be a problem for him, but he can make himself go back right along the edge, and he still has the cheese as well, so he will be okay. He should be fine. Queen of Pain just laying down some extra pressure. There's a couple of people standing in the trees. Earthshaker is in there as well. He's being very patient. He has to wait for Na'Vi to go in, but Na'Vi is not giving him, he got impatient. He went for the Venomancer, doesn't get anything done, gets stuck in the kinetic field and the Ascetic Storm, just like the Puck. Puck will be able to phase shift, he should be able to still make it out okay. Can't say the same thing for Venomancer though, he was standing in that fire way too long. Now in comes the Sven with this BKB, gets punched though, delayed his attacks on the Tusk, still managed to get the kill. Does he have a stun available? 1 second available, looks for the vision, finds General. General is not going to be able to make it out of this one. Yule's up in the air, maybe. But then he saves General here. He might be able to. He doesn't get the Sprout up for the teleport in time. And he does drop Queen of Pain. Then he's out. He's the only survivor for his team. But this is the high ground offense that Comanche has to have time and time again. They probably need to have 3 of those before they can even think about being on the other side of the map again to try and take down some objectives. But they're on the right track. They are on the right track.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Radiant structures are fortified.
I'm gonna do it, you guys. You ready? I don't want you to cry. I know most of my viewers are Na'Vi fans. Please don't cry.
Radiant's middle tower has
There
fallen.
you go. It's looking good for Comanche. If they can high ground defend against an Aegis, even though they didn't actually take the Aegis, but against an Aegis, and against being behind that much money, but that much gold, they were about 14k behind by the time they took that high ground defense. If they can hold their own with that, imagine what they can do when they're gonna have a high ground defense where the difference is smaller, where they have more resources, where they have more items than they have right now.
I'm a brawler in his
I have to say it. That being said, Na'Vi is still ahead in this game. So you don't have to worry just yet. You just have to worry if that happens a couple more times. And for Na'Vi, this is a very crucial time as well, because this is the time where you're starting to doubt your approach, right? The question is, do you do the same thing again? And can you pinpoint what the mistake was you made when you did the previous high ground defense? And is it worth the little bit of damage on the tier 3 tower you're getting if you do push? Because maybe next time they get the tier 3 tower and then they actually can go high ground and fight properly. Because they can't really fight properly. Mage Prophet is split pushing on bot lane for now, but of course can be here at any point. But this does give us the answer that the question I just asked. They feel like they can do it again, and they feel like they know what their mistake was and they can avoid it. They know they can do better this time. They still have the Aegis as well. Not for very long though. Not for very long indeed. they're gonna leave it be. They are gonna leave it be indeed. Sven's back to farming. He's on top of the net worth. Good going, Sven. I think you might want to put your crystal... Actually, no. I agree with this. He needs to be able to get out and teleport out at a moment's notice. When he's high ground defending, I'm sure he puts that chrysalis where that teleport scroll is, but right now he cannot afford to. Hey, they found the gem again. Finally. Like, hello. Thank you. I'll take it. Just have it.
A gift from the temple.
Oh, sorry guys, I keep forgetting teamfight recap. I always forget them. I'll try to think of them a little bit more. This is a worried Comanche, you guys. They do go for the smoking, but let's just see what the vision for them is like. They have very minimal vision. They don't know where Navi is. This is a blind smoke. They just flared on the bounty rune. So they know it's there and they can go for that. This is the vision that Navi has. They also don't know where anybody of Comanche is. Apart from that guy. Well, actually that is what we see. This is what, yeah, that we know that they're there. They don't know. But they then know that that they're smoking. There's no other way. There's no way they would let the farm go of creeps that are coming into the base. So they know that the smoke was there, so they're sticking together all the time as well.
And it's off.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Unfortunately, the smoke gang doesn't actually find anyone, but they did get some wards out, and that is really good. One's already dewarded, unfortunately. Let's see if the other one is dewarded as well. That would be a real shame for Comanche, who spent 5 heroes in the smoke to rotate to place wards. Getting vision out of this stage of the game is incredibly important. It is the reason that allows you to know if you can take creeps or not, and creeps are your you know, you need the creeps, your substance, your money. Even if you have a ward where the enemy is not, yeah, the wards can counter there as well. Even if you have a ward where the enemy is not, you know a place where they're not. So like, it's so important to get vision out at this stage of the game, but it's also so difficult and so dangerous because if you have a very large chance of dying if you get caught. Ben still happily farming. He does not carry a teleport scroll right now. He does have a lot of his supports with him though, as in his team, which at this point are all his supports. We still have the cheese on Pycat. Roche timer is up, so 1 minute and a couple of seconds. Let's see if Comanche can win the next fight. If they win the next fight, they can secure Roshan. They just profit. Oh, careful there, buddy. They just profit instead with teleport bottom. And that's a smoke. And that might have been, oh, scouted by Screen, that's for sure. Hookshot gets the ending. Screen gets the cogs out as well. Make sure that he's pushing the Queen of Pain into the hands of the Hex of the Puck. Blink away though, then he still makes it out. Snako, be careful, you're standing on fire. Screen will still drop as the Sven looks for a target, finds finally a target. Gem on deck. Puck will take that one, or try to take that one. He gets stuck in the kinetic field in the static storm, and he will not be able to make it out alive of that one. Echo Slam coming out. General having an Earthshaker problem, force-stabs himself away, and is he able to run away from this? Is proud, actually keeps himself. Hakon, he's fine. And then Hakon is not fine. General is fine. Hakon is the one that ended up dead. And this Sven is getting kited like crazy with all the slows going around and ended up being Tusk. The only person to die in this fight. H is trying to make his way back home. He should be able to. Doesn't get stopped by the Tree and Protector. Nature's Prophet. I don't know why I keep calling him Tree and Protector, guys. That's the second time this game. Nature's Prophet. Tree... confused, you know, around. Where is the gem? Disruptor managed to pick it up. Lucky bastard. So that's Roshan going to the winner of that fight. And that was indeed Na'Vi. 4 dead on the side. Oh, I didn't click the team fight recap again. 4 dead on the side of Comanche. They used the buyback on the Sven. At this stage, I think that's a wise choice because I think he feels like he would have been forced to buy back regardless. And by buying back sooner rather than later, he makes sure that for the not for coming fight, but for the fight after that,
Dire's
he will have his
bottom tower is
buyback
under attack.
up sooner again. If that makes sense. It makes sense. It makes sense as long as you're expecting that you would have been forced to buy back regardless of what happened. Roshan taken. Queen of Pain with the Aegis again. Then he gets that cheese in the hands of Tusk this time. So Tusk and Venomancer both have some midnight snacks if they want some. Well, the question is, can they get some midnight snacks at TI? It's a long road to go, but figured I couldn't pass up on that opportunity. They just Prophet is still pushing. Oh, they do not hesitate. Instantly, Static Storm, Kinetic Field, and Ice Path, Macropyre, Sven with his BKB. He just makes sure there's no hiding, there's no running. Nice Jewel Scepter directly after the BKB is over. Kinetic Field is enough for the moment. Not enough to save the Disruptor though, but enough to make sure that Sven isn't the one to chase. There's a gem on deck, and that went real fast. That's exactly what they should do. Don't give Na'Vi the chance to set up for a proper siege, but just go, just jump him and take him. And own it, and they did. They did lose the puck in that engagement, but worth. Did you see how fast the Tusk and the Veno died in that engagement? That was a big fight for Comanche, and again I forgot the team fight recap, but you gotta see this. This is the fight that we just saw. Not the fight that we just saw, but the fight that we saw on the top lane earlier. In the trees around here. It's not updated yet, but it's plateaued. I guess in the meantime, Nature's Prophet was still farming, so he gets some extra net worth from that, as he wasn't in the fight altogether. This game, I mean, I was not expecting Comanche to put up the fight that they are able to put up right now. And I don't think that Na'Vi was expecting that either. It looked like they had it unlocked, you guys. Still an Aegis available for the moment, so that's a Queen of Pain up again. I do think she will die again though. Maybe the blink in time? There's no blink. There's an Ice Path instead. Whoa! Okay, Con. You really don't like Queen of Pain, do you? She does a buyback, so then he can be back in the fight if needed. And with the double damage Sven, I don't think she wants to for the moment, but they will lose that tier 2 if they're not careful. In the meantime, top lane's getting pressured by the Nature's Prophet. That is something that they always are going to have to worry about. Always got to keep those teleports ready to defend the base. They do have teleports, of course. Some used them recently, though, to go to the shrine. But there's already a Jakiro back in the top lane. Buyback for the Queen of Pain. They want to try and fight this. BKB turned on by the Sven. Gonna try to chase down the Tusk, but Tusk makes sure that he has none of that and blinks away from both the Sven and the Earthshaker at screen. He's just fine. He's just dead. Alright, he's a sacrificial lamb. That's fine. Still not entirely worth the buyback for the Queen of Pain. They defend their tier 2 tower though, and that's a really nice one to have. They also take down a charge of the BKB of the Sven, which is a nice one as well, but he's back to 5. He's down to 5 seconds regardless.
Gold for me.
They're gonna siege again. This time, Prophet's gonna be there already? No. This time if they jump them, they don't have a clockwork, and they know that the BKB is actually the BKB is almost back already. Let's see if they're gonna instantly jump again, because that was one of the reasons why they were able to fight previously, but they did start it off with the clockwork, pushing high ground. Pushing high ground to a clockwork hook shot into that side.
Dire's top tower.
Finally they take down the tier 3 tower. Then me having a bit of a clued spot there. Smoke behind the tower as well. Fuck him, Sven.
Dire's
They're going for
structures
nature's
are
prophet.
fortified.
They're going for
Dire's
profit.
bottom tower is under attack.
They find him too. They hex him. They stun him. They kill him. Should be enough. Now they can hunt for the rest. There's a hookshot available if he wants to do it. They find it. They find themselves the Venomancer. Venomancer does not, does still have his ultimate, uses it as well. Will end up going down for him. No, he has a cheese! He managed to ate the cheese just in time. Now Sprout up on Hakon. He will drop to the Venomancer. General and Pycat holding the fort here on this top lane. Oh, the Hurricane Pike up into the cliff. That's a dead Clockwork right there. Where is this Ben? He is still alive. He is getting chased by Denny. Denny has got the Shiva's guard, so should be fine unless he get hexed. Woo! Hello, Biver. Right timing there, getting the setting field and kinetic field and static storm out in the right time. Lanaya getting glimpse back. Phase shifts there for a second, and hexes up the Queen of Pain. Biver just sat back and watched because the GG has been called and I missed it. But there is a GG. Oh, my prediction is incorrect. That happens sometimes. That is fine. Whew, this game was a lot closer than